Welcome to Berkeley City College's 2015 commencement ceremony. My name is Brenda Johnson. I'm the Dean of Student Services. I would like to take this time to introduce to you the president of Berkeley City College, Dr. Deborah Budd.
Thank you, and good evening. Congratulations, Berkeley City College class of 2015. Graduates, tonight we celebrate your achievements. Your dream of a college education is now a reality. You now have the skills to build trust, extend a helping hand, create bridges across cultures, and change lives. You can bring significant and positive changes to our society. As new graduates, you can use what you have learned to build and strengthen community and inspire those who have yet to travel the path that you now leave behind. Education is a great equalizer, and it will open doors for you. This year, we celebrate our largest graduating class ever. 400 individuals are graduating, of which 800 degrees and certificates will be awarded. Yes. That is double what we have had from 2 years ago. We think a lot of it is from the incredible work of the faculty. We have associate degrees for transfer, and we at Berkeley City College pride ourselves on having the highest percent of associate degrees for transfer offered anywhere in the state. So congratulations to our faculty and staff for that great work. In addition, Berkeley City College has a reputation for being an incredible transfer institution. Many of you have come here for your first 2 years to now transfer to a 4-year university. And because of that success, we've seen our international student population grow by 30% this year. Many of them are going on to UCs and CSUs, and we'd like to really congratulate our international students that have joined us. This year, 400 students applied to UCs. Over 200 were accepted, and well over 100 are going to UC Berkeley. Yeah. Many of you still have some difficult choices to make. Many are going to UCs and California State Universities and private schools in and out of the state. Among you, we have students that are attending as close as UC Berkeley, UC Santa Cruz, UC Davis, San Francisco State, Cal State East Bay, and Mills College. Yes, you go. And as far away as Columbia University in New York. Yes. In addition, we have students of all ages, and it is never too late to get your degree. One of our graduates began attending College of Alameda, one of our sister colleges, in 1974. Yes, that's 41 years ago. And she is graduating today and has been accepted to both UC Davis and UC Berkeley. Yes. In addition to those transferring to universities, many students will go right into the field. Some of our students have come to us already having a bachelor's degree, that come to us for our incredible training in our biotechnology, that will go either on to their master's or right into the field of biotech. We also have an incredible multimedia program, and you will see the success of our students for years to come in what they've designed. We've also, thanks to the great help of Dean Catherine Bergman, now have a great partnership with SAP, which true name is Systems, Applications, and Products. And that partnership will help build internships and certificates from students from high school, moving on to community college and into the field. Thanks to Dr. Carlos Cortez, we now have a Gateway to College program where students can get their AA degree at the same time as their high school degree. Many of you will see the fruits of that when you're at your four-year institution. Many others will go into the healthcare field, and we have a brand new grant with the Public and Human Services Learning Community. Yes, and that we have a partnership with the Office of Statewide Health Planning and Development. So we are so thrilled about the work happening at Berkeley City College. Our mission is to transform lives, and it's evidenced every day in the work of our faculty and staff. We are here for you, and tonight is an opportunity for all of us to celebrate your wonderful accomplishments. Congratulations to you, your family and friends that helped make this possible, to the dedicated faculty and staff who have all contributed to making these graduation ceremonies a possibility. Graduates, we're so proud of you. As you leave Berkeley City College, please remember that continuous self-improvement, risk-taking, creativity, and striving for excellence are not skills that you develop, but attitudes you embrace. And every day I see students on our campus, and I know you are absolutely going to go out and change the world. As one of our alumni and Rhodes Scholar, Tenzin Selden, shared at our 40th anniversary, she said, the Dalai Lama says, wake up every morning and shake your intentions. You will now enter the community of Berkeley City College alumni who can give back. We look forward to you as new Berkeley City College alumni creating a better world through continued service and sacrifice. Graduates, let your life-transforming experiences enrich the lives of your families, your communities, and the world. We are so proud of you. It is now my pleasure to introduce the President of the Board of Trustees, the Honorable Meredith Brown. I'd like to share just a few things about Trustee Brown. Come on up. Trustee Meredith Brown has over 25 years of experience in complex litigation and representing small business agencies and construction owners on large projects. She has practiced construction law, business litigation, and contracts and procurement law. She received her Bachelor's of Science from Cornell University and was a member of the Quill and Dagger Honorary Society. Trustee Brown received her Juris Doctorate degree from Boston University School of Law. And I know many students here are planning to go on to law school, so I'm sure they like to hear that. She has served on the volunteer board of the local Early Childhood Education Center and worked as a literary volunteer for a regional community service group. Trustee Brown is a youth sports coach, a member of the National Women's Political Caucus, and has served as judge pro tem for Alameda County Superior Court for several years, as well as serving as a president of Alameda County Democratic Lawyers Club. Please give a warm welcome to Board of Trustees, Meredith Brown.
Thank you very much, Dr. Budd. Thank you, Chancellor, and my fellow trustees, faculty and staff, and Dr. Weinstein, who I just know is my friend Karen. And welcome, 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 class of 2015. This is the part of the year that I love. I wake up in the morning just thinking about your graduation because it is life-changing. You have already changed the lives of yourselves and your generations for years to come. There's no going back now. You are a success. It is with pure joy and elation that I say congratulations to you for achieving your goal. Today, you know that you can do what you set your mind to. And congratulations. Remember this feeling. When it gets complicated or something looks undoable, remember, you've already done something amazing. So today is a celebration of your academic excellence and your commitment to embrace new opportunities and open your mind to the possibilities of your own creativity, your ingenuity, and potential. We celebrate you along with your families and friends, mentors, teachers, and all of those who helped you along the way to the success that we celebrate with you today. The poet Khalil Gibran said, "The teacher who is indeed wise does not bid you to enter the house of his wisdom, but rather leads you to the threshold of your mind." Today you cross the threshold of an academic milestone, and I bid you to keep on moving and keep on doing what you've done today. Keep learning, reach out beyond the threshold, and grasp the endless possibilities that await you. Aristotle said, "We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit." Congratulations, and welcome to your celebration of your own excellence, class of 2015.
Now, to give us greetings from the Associated Students of Berkeley City College is Vice President of the ASBCC, Ms. Rudrani Ghosh.
Thank you so much, Dr. Budd. Good evening, trustees, esteemed administrators, faculty, and staff, beloved friends and family, and fellow graduates of the class of 2015. After much waiting, here we finally are. Firstly, I would like to thank you for allowing me to speak today. I have been humbled by the opportunity to have been a student representative for the Associated Students of Berkeley City College, and I am honored to be speaking at this auspicious occasion. And like many of us here, I am also very nervous about the prospects of the not-so-distant future. I think we can all agree that the last few years at Berkeley City College have been eventful. The days have been accompanied by a fair share of all-nighters, excessive caffeine consumption, and frequent panic attacks. What am I going to do with my life? Do I really want to be a doctor? Am I going to pass chemistry? Is this really the line for the financial aid office? Yet I know that at the end of such frenzy, we have come out stronger. We have mastered the art of waiting in line. Since stepping onto the BCC campus, I have had some incredible encounters. I have met extraordinary individuals with extraordinary stories. And I have learned so much from them about the trials and tribulations of college, and in the greater scheme of life. I am forever inspired by student parents who juggle caring for themselves and for their little ones while taking classes. Those of us who also have to work long hours while going to school so that we can support ourselves. My fellow classmates who have championed the idea that one is never too old to pursue their academic endeavors. And those of us who are the first in our family to pursue higher education and to be receiving a degree. And let's not forget those of us who come from overseas and are battling language barriers while pursuing academics. We come from all walks of life, and we have found ourselves united in our passion and our drive here today. Our time here has not always been easy. We have faced endless questioning, criticism, self-doubt, doubt from others, and have even faltered. We have tried to fight the system. We have tried not to sleep through too many of our 8 a.m. lectures. But most importantly, we have become determined, now more than ever, to stand up for ourselves and for one another. Let us take a moment to thank those who were an instrumental part of our success, our beloved parents and family and friends, our ever-so-patient professors, and the staff and administration at this college who have cheered us on since our very first day. Please give them a round of applause. Thank you. For many, today is a big day. Today is proof that despite all odds and all struggles, you have brought your dreams to fruition. And for some of us, Today is but the beginning. On the first day of one of my high school English classes, I noticed a poster on the wall with a quote by a 20th century American author, Ernest Hemingway. The poster said, "Courage is grace under pressure." Through my journey these last few years, I have carried that thought with me. For many of you, I have learned how to be graceful in times of stress. And I know that as we carry the memories and the lessons of today towards the adventures of tomorrow, we will remain graceful. We will remain courageous. Thank you and congratulations, class of 2015.
This year's Faculty Senate greeting comes from Ms. Kelly Purnell.
Welcome. It is an honor to be given the opportunity to address the graduates for their achievements this year. First, the faculty and I would like to acknowledge and sincerely thank all of the families and friends who supported our graduates in attaining their degrees and certificates that we award here this evening. Sir Isaac Newton, one of our world's greatest mathematicians and physicists, once said, "If I have seen further than others, it is by standing upon the shoulders of giants." You, family and friends, and you, my fellow colleagues and staff members, are the giants for our students. Thank you very much for all of you have done these last few years. As a minority in mathematics, I feel it is my duty to celebrate the diversity of our graduating class and to encourage everyone to take courage by pursuing your dreams. If you are underrepresented in your own field, you ought to highlight and leverage the diversity you bring to the table. Your expertise and personal perspective will enrich the workplace, as well as the research and development of your field. For some of my students earning mathematics associate's degrees for transfer, Eva, Casey, Yara, Wanping, and Fernando, I'm counting on you to make a mark on the STEM world, okay? I couldn't be more proud and excited for you. This year, we've seen the spotlight shine on science and mathematics. We've seen the release of 2 major motion pictures on these themes. The Theory of Everything tells the story of Stephen Hawking, one of the most brilliant and celebrated physicists of our time, who proved that black holes can evaporate. The Imitation Game, based on the real-life story of legendary mathematician and cryptanalyst Alan Turing, is about developing a computer to crack German war communication. We also saw on television the sequel to Carl Sagan's Cosmos series that re-sparked our interest in life in the universe. And of course, we cannot forget that we also had the most epic Pi Day ever, which began on 3/14/15 at 9:26 a.m. and 53 seconds. I'm proud to report that 400 of you have earned a degree and/or certificate this year. 800 degrees and certificates, but 400 individuals. Some of you, probably more as of today. Some of you have earned more than 1 or 2 degrees and certificates, so the percentages I'm about to report will most certainly add to more than 100%. Just to make sure. 25% have earned certificates of proficiency. 70% have earned a certificate of achievement. 44% of you have earned an Associate of Art or an Associate of Science degree, and 38% have earned an Associate of Art or an Associate of Science degree for transfer. Graduates, congratulations on your accomplishments. Your degrees and certificates are evidence that you've worked hard during your time at Berkeley City College. Celebrate your achievements this evening, you certainly deserve it. But reflect on them tomorrow. I hope you realize that your hard work and determination will make the limit of your success in life non-existent. That's right, it will be infinite. We will miss you. A super shout out to my super dedicated calculus students who spent countless hours in my office hours this year. Michael, Shanze, Francisco, and Vinay, I'm really going to miss you all. You're going to be great. Amora, you have what it takes. Keep smiling. I sincerely hope, and my colleagues do too, that you come back to visit us and share your stories. Please keep in touch. We wish you the best of success on your next adventure and down the road. Take chances, enjoy life, and to infinity and beyond.
We will now hear from the president of our classified Senate, Mr. Roberto Gonzalez.
Thank you, Debbie. Good evening, staff, faculty, administrators, Chancellor Ortiz, President Debbie Budd, distinguished guests, parents, friends, and the graduates of 2015. Tonight is no doubt a significant milestone, not only for our graduates, but also for the many who have contributed in one way or another in this transformative and symbolic event. The presence of all in attendance tonight is proof in itself of all the support behind and flanking our graduates as you progress to the next phase in your educational and professional lives. Tonight is an occasion for all of us to reflect upon, to celebrate the accomplishments of our graduates, to breathe a sigh of relief, and to recognize all of the work that has transpired which led to this assembly. And so allow me to digress for just a moment to acknowledge the dozens of Berkeley City College staff members, of which I'm one. That is, non-instructional employees, those who have been instrumental in the process, in our determination to support, nurture, guide, coach, and yes, educate our students. While the principal reasons for you as students to have enrolled in college include transfer, to embark on a new career path, and to hone new skills, make no mistake that without the hard work and contribution of the worker bees, those who support our instructors and students, your college experience would have been quite different without the dedication and passion of our staff. And to that extent, I trust that you'll agree with me that Berkeley City College is a special place. The moment you walk through the front door, there is a palpable energy, synergy, camaraderie. Maybe it's a Berkeley thing. Perhaps. I think it's the people. Whether it's traversing the enrollment process, exploring financial assistance, seeking tutoring, borrowing books, arranging for classroom accommodations, using a science or computer lab, making connections with community members and resources, attending campus events, preparing to transfer, et cetera, chances are that you have engaged with, sought direction or advice from a staff member in the Office of Instruction, Student Services, or our business office. I work in the Office of Alternate Media, and I'm the current president of the Classified Senate. Most of you are unlikely aware of the resources that the Alternate Media Office provides, nor aware of the role of the office or the Classified Senate. But that's okay. The important thing is, similar to other services and programs on campus that you likely utilized, it's a service that makes a difference, that without would limit the opportunities and potential of those students who need it. So my hat's off to my colleagues, or perhaps after the ceremony I'll take off my hat, for all that you do to foster the success of our graduates. And now to our 2015 graduates, BCC, I hope that you are not only happy to be here tonight, but that you are proud of yourself and of one another. College work is hard, and you've worked hard to get here. And we are proud of you. While your primary reason for enrolling in and completing your classes relates to academics, I'd like to suggest that part of the college experience is that of opportunities for life lessons, lessons that you can and should apply to your professional as well as personal life circumstances. Lessons that I've certainly benefited from in my college experience. Similar in nature to the old adage of no pain, no gain, let me close with the words of David Henry Thoreau that can be applied in both our professional and personal relationships and endeavors with respect to hard work. And he said, "Good for the body is the work of the body, and the good for the soul is the work of the soul. And good for either is the work of the other." Thank you, congratulations, and success.
It's now my pleasure to introduce Dr. Jose Ortiz, our Chancellor of the Peralta Community College District. Dr. Ortiz's distinguished career in higher education has taken him to administrative and teaching posts throughout California and the United States. Let us welcome Dr. Jose Ortiz, who will introduce our Chancellor's Trophy winner and valedictorian, Lorenzo Ramsey. Chancellor.
Thank you, Dr. Burden. Good afternoon and good evening, everyone. Congratulations to all our graduates. This evening, I have the distinct pleasure to present the Chancellor's Trophy, which is a trophy that was created by the Peralta District over 20 years ago when the Chancellor felt it was prudent to recognize the most outstanding student of the 4 Peralta colleges. Our 4 colleges, Berkeley City College, College of Alameda, Merritt College, and Laney College, is the higher education for over 27,000 students. And each year, we want to recognize the one student that demonstrates high level of scholarship, demonstrates civic responsibility, particularly when it comes to social change. And we recognize the one student who demonstrates leadership and potential for success. This year's Chancellor's Trophy winner is Berkeley City College, no other than Lorenzo Ramsey. True to form, Lorenzo has been a student at all 4 Peralta colleges since February of 2013. He has maintained an impressive 4.0 GPA. This semester, he will earn an Associate of Arts degree for transfer in sociology from Berkeley City College. In just over 2 years' time, he's also earned 3 other degrees from Berkeley City College. They include an Associate of Arts degree for transfer in psychology, an Associate of Arts degree in political science, and an Associate in Arts degree in liberal arts. He also received an Associate's degree in social and behavioral science from Merritt College and an Associate's degree in social sciences from Laney College, all with highest honors And it is clear, thank you. It is clear that Lorenzo hasn't found a major he doesn't like. Mr. Ramsey plans to attend the University of California, Berkeley this fall. Where he will study political science and eventually hopes to become a law student in one of our fine institutions. Now, he aspires to be a United States Supreme Court Justice. Now, a man this size, I listen to. All right. He is the recipient, one of 25 recipients of the 2015 California Alumni Association Kripschnitt Aspire Scholarship, which provides $6,000 per year for 2 years to community college transfer students. He is a native of Detroit, Michigan. Mr. Ramsey is a passionate advocate for social justice and is an accomplished classical trained vocalist and musician. I've had the distinct pleasure of being an audience for this gentleman. And along with the Chancellor's Trophy, Mr. Ramsey is also this year's valedictorian. The Chancellor's Trophy comes not only with this beautiful hardware, but it also comes with a check of $2,500.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations to Lorenzo. Lorenzo would like to say a few words, but I'm sorry he will not be singing tonight.
Thank you, Chancellor Ortiz. Thank you to our distinguished members of the Berkeley City College family. Dr. Debbie Budd, I want to say a personal thank you for remembering me, remembering my story, and supporting all of these students every single day. To Gail Pendleton for being an amazing human being and the best boss that I've ever had. James Aganon, counselor, whose wizardry allowed me to get 6 degrees. And finally, Professor Dustin Mabry, AKA Dusty Wayne. It is in his classroom that created an environment of cooperative learning where each of us was able to grow as a student. And for me, as I move forward in my life, he and his example is what I aspire to be. It was 20 years ago. I was 15 years of age, and I remember lying in a hospital bed, terrified and sick. I didn't understand why I was sick, but fortunately, my mother was there to hold my hand throughout. What I didn't know was because of all of the stress that I was under, which was caused by growing up gay in an extremely religious household, had manifested itself in my body, and I was throwing up blood. As I tried to rest, I heard my mother pray over me. Forgive him, Father. I know that he is deserving of death because of his lifestyle, but spare my son. It was from that moment on that I knew that I would never allow anyone else's story to define the trajectory of my life. The truth is, each and every one of us here has a story. There is a reason why we didn't have to be here today, yet we are here. And exactly how does a 35-year-old black, gay, fat guy from Detroit end up being valedictorian anyway? Like each of you, I made a choice to either lie down or to stand. And I chose to stand. I released the story that the world was telling me, and instead I chose to craft my own story, which is why I am here with you today. Like many of you, I was not born to many advantages. I did not have a silver spoon placed in my mouth. Berkeley City College, quite frankly, is not a silver spoon type of school, but therein lies its strength. Each of us here has had to persevere to get to this place in our lives. We have taken unconventional paths to receive the education that we have worked so fortuitously to attain. But it is because of our own unique paths that we have come to value this thing that we call an education. And it is because we appreciate the value of what it is that we have earned that we will be able to do the most with it. And as any metalsmith will tell you, the purest gold is forged in fire. When I received my first degree, I must admit I had mixed feelings. I opened the manila envelope, I took a look at the degree, and I said to myself, is this it? But it was in that moment that I was able to gain some much needed perspective. I came to the realization that education, the education that I had received, is so much more than the gold embossed piece of paper with my name placed upon it. It is not a sheet of paper. It is not bound by the four walls of a classroom. It is larger than my major, my career, or even the totality of my student debt. My education is a collective of the knowledge and life experience that I have gained while at Berkeley City College. And my education is alive in me wherever I go because I have been transformed by it. It's said that a liberal arts education, as we know it, originates in ancient Greece. It was aptly named the quintessence philosophia, which is a convergence of the trivium and the quadrivium. It defined liberal arts as being a combination of grammar, logic, rhetoric, arithmetic, geometry, music, and astronomy. It revered these as being the skills worthy of a free person. They were considered the educational components necessary to have the mind of a free person and not a slave. In my personal view, our education is fundamentally about the ability to free ourselves from the shackles of ignorance and to create the good society by empowering other people to do the same. Your education, when you receive this degree, is not just about hanging it on a wall in your office. It's expressed in the world around you. By becoming educated, you become a beacon of knowledge for your family, your community, and for your society. In time, eventually, my mother did evolve. So much so that I heard her advise friends who had gay children and family members not to make the same mistakes with them that she had made with me. You see, the story that I had written for myself became an example for her. And it was through me that she became empowered to educate others. While I visited Michigan for the Christmas holiday the other year, my mother, who was 71 years of age, made her physical transition. And in doing so, became free of her own restricting story. In spite of this, I acknowledge her presence, that she is here and that she is seeing the continuation of my story. You see, your degree is not the end of your educational sojourn. It is more than the words embossed on any piece of paper hanging on any wall. It is the knowledge inscribed into the quintessence of who and what you are. It is the inspiration that you have become and the hope that follows you. It is the knowledge that you overcame poverty, disability, abuse, self-doubt, dysfunction, sexism, segregation, racism, and homophobia to be right here today. You have crossed the borders of states, of nations, of injustice, and the borders of limitations in your own mind to be here today. And please remember, on this day, the steps that you take across this stage represent the dreams of so many others who came before you, and the nightmares of all the haters who doubted you. Never, ever forget. And remember that in spite of it all, you have the courage to stand. You have been given the educational tools to lead, and you have earned the right to walk across this stage today. And now I say to each and every one of you, be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Thank you, class of 2015.
Well, I'd say that's pretty impressive to get a standing ovation as a valedictorian speaker. Congratulations, Lorinda. This lovely trophy will remain at Berkeley City College for the entire year until we submit the next candidates for the trophy winner. And we are thrilled to say that Berkeley City College has received it 2 of the last 3 years because of our stellar students. Yep. There are 2 other students I would like to award a medal. And then we will have our keynote speaker, and then we will get to award your degrees and certificates. Many of you have done incredible work. I would like to introduce our salutatorian and President's Medal winner, Poppy Wingpei Zhao. Congratulations. Can we do it? I want to run here. Don't do it. It's all about the hair. Just a few things about Poppy, so go ahead and stand up here with me. She immigrated to the United States in 2011. Her life seemed headed away from higher education. I'm hoping someday she'll cook us dinner because she used to work in Michelin-rated eateries in Berkeley and Oakland, but then she decided she needed an education. She graduates this year with a degree in mathematics, and will transfer to UC Berkeley in statistics. During her time at Berkeley City College, she enrolled in 5 to 6 classes per term. She too has a 4.0 grade point average. And with doing all of those studies, she also found time to donate weekends to a local senior citizens home. And she is looking forward to developing a sustainable clothing line when she graduates from Cale. Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. Our other President's Medal winner is also a math major, and I'd like to introduce Fernando Navarro. Can you do it? Can you do it? Congrats. A few words about Fernando. Fernando is not only a President's Medal winner, but he's the Phi Theta Kappa Scholar for the state in California. Phi Theta Kappa is a national community, an honor society. He is graduating with a 4.0, and he won this award by his leadership. He is a big brother in the community. He is looking forward to also going to Cal this next year. Congratulations, Fernando.
And now for our keynote speaker. We'd like to welcome our keynote speaker, Rue Mapp. Rue Mapp is founder and CEO of Outdoor Afro, based in Oakland. Outdoor Afro is a social community that reconnects African Americans with natural spaces.
I am so grateful to be here right now. And first of all, I just want to thank the trustees, the chancellor, Berkeley City College President Debbie Budd, all the faculty, administration, the PACE staff for making it possible for me to be here and reconnect with my people. So as you know, yes, this journey began for me back in 2006, where I was proud to have the very last Vista Community College diploma. And we were actually housed right over on the corner of Milvia in the old office building. Very different place than the beautiful campus that you enjoy today. But the journey to this moment on this stage shares much in common with many of you in this auditorium tonight. Yes, I was born and raised in Oakland, California. I attended all Oakland public schools, Skyline 89. But by the time I was 18, I was an emancipated foster child and enrolled in a local state college. However, I found out quickly that I was ill-prepared to be successful at that time. I was woefully unprepared, lacking many of the necessary skills that you all have attained to be successful there. So after a few semesters, I was pretty lost and discouraged, and I quietly dropped out. After that, I worked a series of jobs, and I got married and started a family. And after a decade filled with many financial and family responsibilities, the prospect of an undergrad degree felt very dim. But in 2004, I found myself in my early 30s and divorced with 3 children, ages 1, 3, and 7. While I had a very comfortable job located just down the street here, I could see that my life's choices were very limited without the undergraduate degree most of my colleagues had, and I knew my children were counting on me. So I ordered that old state transcript and showed it to a longtime family friend for advice. He managed to see something I couldn't. I looked at that transcript and I saw failure. I saw very poor academic performance. But he said something to me that surprised me. He said, "I see something here you can work with. You can do this." And that person was Dr. David Johnson, who's on the stage tonight with us. And many of you know him and hold him in high regard for his subsequent leadership here at BCC. And that conversation was the spark of encouragement that I needed to set off on a course that changed my life completely. So I enrolled in the PACE program with Marilyn Clausen, and as you know, and for those who don't, it's designed for working students like myself who want to earn an AA and more. And after receiving my first semester grades of all A's, which almost shocked me, my confidence soared. And I was especially inspired by my studies under Professor Jenny Brayman, who opened my eyes to the power of art to tell stories for everyone. Thank you, Jenny. But I also have to share that those years were some of the most difficult in my life. At times, it was excruciating to find a sense of balance as a mother, student, and full-time employee. On top of that, the decision to go back to school was not always understood or supported by those around me. I was told that I was doing too much, that I should focus on being a good mother and keeping my good job, or that I was just too old to go back to school for its own sake. And at times before leaving for an evening class, my own small children would stand in my doorway crying and pleading, "Mommy, please don't go." And I would leave them hiding my own tears, knowing they did not understand, but one day they would. And it became personally unacceptable to do anything less than my best academically to honor my children's sacrifice. To end that chapter and in a proud moment, one I often visualized on to get me through those challenging semesters, I mindfully walked across this stage with the solemn pride of the highest honors from this college, already accepted to UC Berkeley as an art history major. I then decided to quit my job and take my whole family to college. We immersed ourselves in the student-parent community, housing, and campus life. It was some of the best years that followed after that. Now, Berkeley proved to be much more challenging academically, so I learned early on to define my own measure of success so I could participate in all this amazing campus had to offer in the limited time I knew I would be here. But in 2009, just before graduating, I found myself in a crossroads in the middle of a recession when folks were not lining up to hire Berkeley graduates. I was actually worried that I would find myself in worse circumstances than when I started. But I had a mentor, and I advise all of you to find a good mentor. And she asked me the right questions. Her name is Frida Kapor. And she asked me the question that I think most people should ask of themselves at some point in their lives. And that was, what would you do if time and money were not an obstacle? Without thinking, I opened my mouth, and all the things I loved and felt most influenced by came bubbling up. You know, those things about yourself you take for granted, or activities you love that masquerade as hobbies. I answered, I'd like to start a website to help reconnect African Americans to the outdoors. We both laughed at this revealing, but I always had deeply loved nature. I had a long-time passion for digital technology and felt deeply satisfied helping people to connect to transformational experiences. And I thank my education for helping me to think about connecting all those things. So it had been spoken. I was determined. And just 2 weeks after that conversation, with the help of a very simple Google Blogger blog, Outdoor Afro, Where Black People and Nature Meet, was born. So since getting that degree and starting that blog, as you heard in the intro, my world has absolutely changed dramatically. Founding Outdoor Afro has enabled me to lead and influence a national conversation and action that has helped people who look like me from all over see their own connection to nature through outdoor recreation, and we are changing lives. Through partners such as REI, Keen Shoes, park agencies, and organizations like the Sierra Club, I've been able to scale the work and influence of Outdoor Afro from that blog that now includes a leadership team of over 30 men and women from around the country who are getting folks outside and inspired about nature every day by the thousands. Right here in the Bay Area, we have 1,800 folks who get outside for physical, mental, and spiritual benefits, and importantly, for fun and a sense of community and environmental stewardship that the world needs so badly right now. And all of that started right here, in the exact same place where you are sitting right now, under the tutelage of some of these same instructors and staff I am sharing the stage with right now. And our story is still unfolding. And for me, there are new challenges, of course, and opportunities I face daily with running a national organization and mothering children, now 18, 13, and 11. And I'm proud to share they are here tonight by my side. So in closing, I want you to know how proud I am that of all the things that you have gone through to make it this far. For I know too well it was not an easy path, but your reward will be worth the sacrifice. I also want to acknowledge, as we've heard earlier tonight, also your supporters in the room. They might have watched your kids while you attended class or studied, took on the extra housework, financially had your back, cooked meals, been a shoulder to cry on, or simply encouraged you when you felt you could not go on, while sometimes sacrificing their own needs. To you supporters, I know many of you have dreams of your own, and in this moment of celebration, some of you will be inspired to return to school, just as my amazing sister, Delane Sims, did when she too graduated from Berkeley City College with honors, winning the Chancellor's Award, and went on to earn her own undergrad degree from Berkeley in 2012. So you can achieve your dreams too. So for me, tonight's ceremonies represent pebbles dropped into a pond that create ripples that grow into river currents and ocean waves and travel with the power to change lives and even the world. I stand today with humble respect for our dignified journey together, our transformation, and wide open field of opportunity ahead for us all. So congratulations, Berkeley City College, class of 2005. Oh, the places you'll go.
Now is a moment you've all been waiting for. Will Ms. Tramvo Kumamoto, Vice President of Instruction, please come forward?
I actually have the best part of the program. I get to introduce you all, the graduates. So if you could, graduates, please stand up. Okay. President Budd, on behalf of the faculty and staff at Berkeley City College, it gives us great pleasure to present to you the candidates for Associate Degree Certificate and ask you to welcome them into the company of college graduates.